In the quiet outskirts of New York City, an $8.8 million mansion stands abandoned, whispering tales of a past steeped in mystery and mafia ties. This once luxurious estate, now a silent testament to extravagance and scandal, belonged to a businessman who owned a successful plumbing company. His life, however, was anything but simple. The mansion's opulence belied the shadows that lingered in its corners, shadows of unsolved crimes and mafia connections. As we journey ahead in time to 2019, we find the mansion's owner embroiled in a serious predicament. Accused of evading over $10 million in taxes, he found himself on the wrong side of the law. His extravagant lifestyle, once a symbol of success, became evidence of his financial misdeeds. The mansion was left deserted, its grandeur a mere echo of its former glory. But the mansion's tale starts not in 2019, but 20 years prior, in 1999. The year is 1999. A bitter dispute between a businessman and his employee is about to take a dark turn. In the hustle and bustle of New York City, a plumbing company owner finds himself at odds with one of his employees. The employee, increasingly disgruntled and feeling wronged, threatens to expose alleged improprieties within the company to the IRS. It's a threat that doesn't sit well with the businessman, and tensions begin to escalate. The dispute takes a physical turn when unidentified individuals confront the employee on the city's streets. It's a stark reminder of the consequences of crossing the businessman, but it only serves to fuel the employee's resolve. He later storms into his former boss's shop, issues another threat and, in a fit of rage, vandalizes the employer's car. It's a brazen act, a final show of defiance against a man he believes has wronged him. But this act of rebellion would prove to be his last. In the chilling cold of January, the man vanishes without a trace. His disappearance sends shockwaves through the close-knit community, sparking rumors and suspicion. Weeks turn into months, and just when it seems like he might never be found, the unthinkable happens. The man's lifeless body is discovered in the trunk of his car, a tragic end to a bitter dispute. 2 bullet holes in his head tell a tale of a brutal execution-style killing. The businessman, already under suspicion, becomes the prime suspect in the murder case. But despite the mounting evidence and the cloud of suspicion hanging over him, the police find themselves at a dead end. There's no concrete proof, no smoking gun that could conclusively tie the businessman to the murder. The case, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, goes cold. The businessman, despite the lingering suspicions, walks free. The dark shadow of an unsolved murder looms over the mansion, a chilling reminder of a dispute that escalated into a deadly confrontation. Despite the cloud of suspicion, the police were unable to connect the dots, leaving the case cold and the mansion's owner free. As years passed, the mansion's owner continued to live a life of luxury, seemingly untouched by the past. With the unsolved murder behind him, the businessman indulged in the grandeur of his lifestyle. The mansion with its opulence reflected the owner's flamboyance. Exquisite wine, lavish parties, and extravagant vacations became the norm. The businessman was living the American dream, or so it seemed. The shadow of the unsolved murder, however, hung over his life like an uninvited guest. Yet the law could not touch him. No legal consequences were brought upon him for the murder, and the case faded into the annals of forgotten crimes. His life continued unaffected, wrapped in the comfort of his ill-gotten wealth. But as the years rolled on, an air of complacency set in. The businessman, basking in his unchecked affluence, perhaps forgot one thing. But as the saying goes, the past has a way of catching up. Fast forward to 2019. The businessman and his partner are under the spotlight, but for a different reason. They were no longer just successful entrepreneurs basking in the glow of their plumbing empire. Instead, they found themselves at the center of a scandal that would make headlines. Tax evasion. This was the serious charge that began to loom over their heads. It wasn't a minor slip-up at the accountant's office or an error in filing. This was a deliberate attempt to cheat the system, a bold move that would eventually lead to their downfall. They had been living a life of luxury, funded by the profits of their successful business. Exotic vacations, lavish parties, high-end cars, all the trappings of a millionaire's lifestyle. But it wasn't just the extravagance that raised eyebrows. It was how they justified it. The businessman and his partner had been claiming these expenses as business costs. Their trips to tropical islands weren't family holidays, they were business meetings. Their luxury cars weren't for personal use, they were company vehicles. The mansion itself, with all its opulence, was labeled as a corporate property. As the allegations mounted, the amount they were accused of evading skyrocketed. Over $10 million in taxes, a sum that could fund a small town's annual budget, were said to be unpaid. The law enforcement agencies and tax authorities had seen enough. Investigations were launched, and the evidence was damning. The duo's financial records painted a clear picture of deception and fraud. The consequences were severe. The businessman and his partner were tried in court and sentenced to prison. Their empire crumbled, their reputation was tarnished, and their lives were forever changed. The once vibrant mansion, a symbol of their success, was now nothing more than an empty shell, a haunting reminder of their downfall. Their financial misdeeds finally caught up with them, leading to their imprisonment and the abandonment of the mansion. Today, the mansion stands deserted, a silent reminder of a tale of extravagance, crime, and downfall. Once a beacon of opulence, the mansion now sits abandoned and decaying on the outskirts of New York City. Its once vibrant halls, filled with laughter and the clink of champagne glasses, now echo with nothing but the whispers of the past. The estate, priced at $8.8 million, lies in stark contrast to its former glory, an eerie symbol of the businessman's meteoric rise and precipitous fall. The mansion, a testament to the businessman's success, was a reflection of his power and affluence. Every marble tile, every gold leaf detail, was a testament to his wealth and stature. It was within these walls that he conducted his business, lived his extravagant lifestyle, and allegedly plotted his crimes. But the mansion was more than just a symbol of wealth. It was a fortress built on secrets and lies. The businessman's empire, it turns out, was not just built on the profits of his plumbing company, but allegedly on tax evasion and possibly even murder. As the businessman and his partner faced their downfall, their luxurious lifestyle crumbled, and the mansion became a symbol of their downfall. The once bustling estate, filled with lavish parties and decadent gatherings, was now a ghost of its past. Its grandeur faded, and its walls whispering tales of crime and deceit. The mansion, once a symbol of power and wealth, is now just a crumbling relic of an empire built on deception. It stands as a stark reminder of the businessman's journey from a successful entrepreneur to an alleged criminal, his rise to power and his eventual downfall. While the mansion's walls remain silent, its past continues to echo, a chilling testament to the ties that bind crime, power, and wealth.